You know that I enjoy making my Jacqueline Powers hypnosis files just as much as you enjoying being hypnotized, sinking into that feeling of losing control, of giving in to my words as you just listen along to the sound of my voice, feeling so good. And just lately there's been quite a few files for YouTube that really appeal to the feminine mindset. So I wanted to make a file for anyone listening who just wants to be told that they're a good boy. So keep listening if that is what you want, to be a good boy. And if that's not what you want, or you don't want to become triggered by hearing me say that, calling you a good boy, that's okay. There's already lots of other files here on my channel that you could listen to now and enjoy. And if you really want to feel even better, more compliant, more responsive to my voice, if you enjoy the feeling of being such a good boy for me, you can also find the more intensive, much longer version of this file in my Miss Jacqueline Powers collection. Just find the download links in the description under this video. Or if you're one of my patrons, one of my Hypno subs, maybe you already own the longer and stronger, more intensive version of this file, and you can feel the effects from this a little more. And now you can just lay back and relax. You came to listen to this because you wanted to experience it. You always knew deep inside you that it's what you wanted, didn't you? Or maybe you didn't, but you are curious about if you could enjoy feeling like this. As you probably can tell from the title of this file will leave you feeling like such a good boy for me. Such a wonderful reaction for you, isn't it? To feel like pleasing me was the very best thing in the world. The most amazing feeling. I mean, who wouldn't want to feel something so strong, so powerful, and intense, right? Well, relax. You came to the right place. Now be a good boy and listen very closely to what I have to say. Listen to each word that I tell you about being such a good boy for me. Deep down you can feel yourself respond every time I call you such a good boy. And if something inside you slowly but surely becomes bigger and bigger, it's not that silly. It's your desire to want to be so very good for me, to be a good boy for me, and to want to please me in every way possible. This might include a more physical reaction, of course. Now, I have your attention, don't I? All your attention on my words that just go on and on. Close your eyes to keep listening more closely for me. Just be a good boy and close them now. And listen so closely to my every word. Every word that just takes you further and further away from where you were before. Each and every word carrying your thoughts further and further away. Making my words more and more easy to listen to. As we clear that mind of yours, slowly but surely. So easy to give in and to just be a good boy. To listen to my words. So natural to feel a happy tingle inside of you every single time that I call you a good boy, because it's so natural for you to want to be such a good boy for me. A good boy that listens to what I have to say. A good boy that focuses only on my words. A good boy that wants to please me so much. A good boy that feels a big smile coming to his face as he listens more and more closely. A good boy that will feel more pleasure the more he listens. A good boy stands up. Such a strong and healthy reaction. That reaction you're gonna feel whenever you hear me call you a good boy. And wouldn't that feel so good? Be such a good boy, so responsive to me calling you a good boy. I know you want to feel that with my voice. To please me so much with your reaction. It's just what you want right now, I know. So just keep listening to my voice, to my words that slowly but surely fill your open, eager mind. That mind of yours that wants to be a good boy for me right now. 'Cause right now, nothing seems more important but to feel like such a good boy for me. To feel your body and mind respond to the words, good boy, spoken by me. Each and every time, sending such pleasurable tingles right through your body. Feeling it now in all the right places. And as you focus more and more on my voice and on my words, you can feel it more and more. Your reaction growing stronger, and it just gets harder and harder for you to think. All you want to do is be a good boy and do as I tell you. A good boy getting pleasure from wanting to do what I say. A good boy feeling himself growing so responsive to my words the more you respond, the more you just want to continue. The more you feel like such a good boy for me. Listening to my words, my voice, my instructions. It's natural for a good boy to want to do that for me. Natural for a good boy to follow my instructions, to feel the pleasurable tingle whenever you do as I say. Such a pleasure for you, such a joy to do as I say. Feeling that desire growing to respond to every word that I speak. And a good boy will just do as I say now, feeling his mind fade away further and further as much as I want him to, because he wants to be a good boy and naturally follow what I say. Each and every word that I'm speaking, making it more and more important that he listens like a good boy, that he follows like a good boy, that he obeys like a good boy. Now, good boy, just listen to my words and obey my instructions, and feel yourself going deeper and deeper. Obey my words and feel it now. The pleasure of being a good boy. Let it fill your mind completely with each and every word you obey. Obeying my voice and my words feels just so good, doesn't it? And we both know that is because right now you get to be a good boy for me. A good boy that obeys his instructions. A good boy that just wants to please me so much. A good boy dropping deeper and deeper into this. Feeling it making yourself tingle and throb with every good boy. A good boy feeling the pleasure. A good boy feeling the need to please. A good boy focusing on my voice and following my words. That's a good boy. That's right. You are a good boy. Such a good boy. Going deeper and deeper. Feel the pleasure you get from listening and obeying like the good boy you truly are. Feeling it like such a familiar feeling inside of you. As if it's always been there but waiting to be awakened by me and my words. Now you are a good boy. A good boy like you always wanted to be, really. It's always been deep inside of you. That part of you is responding like a good boy to my voice, to my words. It's so natural for it to respond to me, feeling it resonate to me as you drift in the pleasure of obeying my words, deeper and deeper, up and down, becoming so obedient for me, following each and every instruction so naturally, feeling so good. Obeying like a good boy gives you so much pleasure. Obeying like a good boy gives you such good feelings. Obeying like a good boy feels like just the right thing to do, good boy. And since you're such a good boy for me, you will follow this next command. Whenever you feel the need or desire to enjoy this pleasure again, you will listen to this file and feel it all over again, feeling more and more each time that you listen. Feeling this file is now changing you, conditioning you, making you want to obey, making you want to be such a good boy for me, conditioning you to be a good boy for me, conditioned to obey my voice naturally and become so obedient and just feeling so much pleasure any time that you hear me tell you that you're being a good boy. Becoming conditioned to this trigger, loving this trigger, feeling pleasure when I call you a good boy. And now it's time to awake from this wonderful time. Knowing since this felt so good, you could always listen again to this or another file. Good boy. Knowing just how good it will make you feel. Now as I count up, good boy, awake for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ready to awake, feeling so much more like a good boy. 6, 7, learned just how good it truly can feel. You will search for it more. 8, 9, 10. Awake for me, good boy. Until the next time you feel like wanting to listen to my voice like a good boy.